significance of ancestral influence cannot be overstated. There are ways and means by which we can ensure that our ancestry works as a stepping stone and not a trap. The accumulated data, information, knowledge, culture, samskriti can either become a trap or a tremendous possibility. This day, Mahalaya Amavasya is dedicated to ensure that our ancestry becomes a stepping stone, not a trap.
How much of ancestry stays alive within you? On one level, it enriches your life. On another level, it enslaves your life. We are who we are only because of our forefathers. What they learned, what they knew, their skills, their technologies, their sense of life. We have imbibed all of it knowingly or unknowingly, every one of us. At the same time, if you let them live too strong within you, you won't have a life of your own, because then do not underestimate the dead, they will try to live through you. This is why so much care was taken, not in any one culture, across cultures everywhere in the world. Certain things were done when people died, so that they don't try to live through you too strongly, because if they live through you too strongly, your life is wasted. That is, you will not be a fresh life, you will be sort of a carbon copy of an old life. So, generations of people that we have lost, probably we do not know them, we don't know their names, we have not even seen their pictures, but they're living through us. So whatever learnings they had 7 or 12 generations ago, if it plays out too strongly, you will become irrelevant to today's life. So you have a fear of cherry blossom, may not mean anything today, but it continues within you. So this complex web of information, which we are today calling as genetic information, karmic information, pranic information, various kinds of things which have built up as a network of information which is functioning in our lives in so many different ways. Some of it has been accessed and researched by scientific modern research. Many, they know it is heading in that direction, but you need funding to come out with results, so it is being postponed. But we know this has influence, especially societies which don't handle their dead properly. In those societies, the most vulnerable population will be adolescents. From 0 to 8 years of age, children generally have a kind of a protection and an immunity from the ancestors. They be their own thing. But between 8 and 18, the influence of unattended ancestral, for lack of words I'm using, their spirit or their memory plays havoc with adolescents. So a society where adolescents suffer most, it's the best part of your life in many ways, but they suffer most, that society, you must know, has not attended to its dead properly.
See, Kala Bhairava karma is of one nature, Kala Bhairava Shanti is of a different nature. If you're talking about people who have been long dead means dead for more than 48 days or 90 days, they're dead. Or let's say more than 9 months, they're dead. So they're long dead. 1 year, 2 year, 10 years, not much difference. Beyond 12 years, beyond 11.5 years, beyond 4,356 days, there is a difference. Within that, if a person died, see the problem is this, that one must understand, socially here for us, death is death. How they died doesn't matter. The person is missing, that's all we know, being here. But death is not the same thing for all, as life is not the same thing for all. So many millions of children are born every day. Do all of them play out the life the same way? Similarly, so many million people die every day, or hundreds of thousands of people die every day, and death does not play out the same way because death is just another dimension of life. Similarly, as life does not play out the same way for every person, death does not play out the same way for every being, it all depends on how. So, Shanti is done more as a kind of an effort. If any help is needed, we want to provide that for our ancestors, for our forefathers, or our grandfathers, or fathers, or mothers, or whoever. What is the help that we are trying to provide? What can we do? All the related people will benefit from that. If one dissolves in the river, you become that energy. If you cross, you go to another realm where beings will hang on. See, in my personal experience, when you leave the body, depending upon what level of evolution you are in, how thin or thick your casing is, accordingly things happen. If something is, let us say, your casing or your bubble is too thick, it cannot break, it will go to the river and bounce back. What is the river? River is a stream of energy, a kind of energy which is neither life nor death, but a completely different kind of energy, which, for lack of words, we can say a kind of energy which saves you, dissolves you, so it is called as Vaitarni. Vaitarni means it is a savior, one who is good at saving you. So what is the saving? It is not a physical river, it's a metaphorical expression, but there is a stream of energy. When disembodiment happens, naturally every being moves towards this river. Some will bounce back, some will soak in it, some will easily cross it, some just dissolve right there. Well, if you bounce back, one will have a rebirth. If one dissolves in the river, you become that energy. If you cross, you go to another realm where beings will hang on, depending upon the nature of who they are, what their qualities are, what is the dominant quality, that will play. If they're very joyful, they will become ecstatic. They're miserable, they become very miserable. Like this is being normally referred to as hell and heaven, but essentially what's happened is, your quality, because you have no discriminatory mind, it gets exaggerated. So if somebody crossed the river or somebody bounced back, these two people you can help. If they have bounced back or if they've still not crossed the river, let's not say bounce back, they've still not crossed the river, now you do Kala Bhairava karma. Now they might have, you don't know for sure, they might have crossed the river, but still because of the thickness of their shell and their own attitudes, they may be going through this in an unpleasant manner. You want to bring some pleasantness, you want to bring some Shanti to them. So you want to shave off one layer of their nonsense, whatever, maybe some unpleasantness will go away and pleasantness will happen. This is all the effort that you're making. If they're already pleasant, you still want to shave off one layer so that they will cease altogether. As unpleasantness is a bondage, pleasantness is also a bondage. Unfortunately, with pleasantness, people take more time to realize that it's a bondage. With unpleasantness, very easily you realize it's a bondage. So, you're trying to bring some pleasantness, but for sure you don't know. Maybe your grandfather or whoever else has already dissolved, maybe there's nothing to do, you don't know, but you still do as a duty so that in case he needs it, in case somebody else… See, this is… once you do this work, this is not only individual, because there is a certain runanubandha which connects people. Suppose you do Kala Bhairava Shanti for your grandfather, but he doesn't need it, he's already gone. Now, your grandfather's brother may be there, whom you don't care about, but he may benefit. So, people connected with that kind of runanubandha may get helped, somebody else who is not even your relative may get helped. So, this has been kept as a culture that you must keep doing Kala Bhairava Shanti. So, Shanti is done more as a kind of an effort. If any help is needed, we want to provide that for our ancestors, for our forefathers, or our grandfathers, or fathers, or mothers, or whoever.
You will see this when there's death in the family, people are crying and hollering and doing all kinds of things. The moment cremation happens, people will come back home, everything is quiet. Nobody is crying for some time because suddenly the truth has sank in, it's over, the game is up. This is not only for you, this is also for the disembodied being who's just exited, because he is also in that illusion that he can get back, and that stops, and that's a good thing. And there are many rituals to see that you influence, that you can somehow put a drop of sweetness into that non-discerning mind, so that the sweetness will multiply manifold and they will live comfortably, or they will live in a certain self-induced heaven. That's the idea behind the rituals, if it is done properly.
Karma is done for the dead, not so much for you, but if you're below 21 years of age, it's very, very important you do it, because it's both for the dead and for you. It's very important for you, because the person who died, whatever happens, happens. But your life can be in a constant turmoil because there is a physical memory which torments you at a different level. Even if you're mentally stable, emotionally very balanced, still there is a certain torment going within you. For this, there are yogic processes with which you can rejuvenate the system. There's a whole system of things to do. Here at the yoga center, we've kept it very alive. For people who lose their loved ones, we do certain processes so that the physical memory is taken away. Once the physical memory is taken away, the psychological suffering can be dealt with by the individual person much more easily. So, memory is the basis of our existence, and memory is also our bondage. What we're referring to as karma is our memory. What we're referring to as genetics is memory. What we're referring to as evolution is memory. What you consider as myself is memory. So, both Kala Bhairava karma and kriya are just efforts to mop up as much memory as possible. In India, these days it's becoming weak, but otherwise in Indian families it's very, very important to perform these karmas to the dead. People think this is in remembrance of their forefathers. This is not in remembrance. This is to distance yourself, constant effort to put them away because they'll keep cropping up, not somewhere else, right here within you. In so many ways, they keep cropping up. Putting the dead to complete rest means, in a way, you're liberated because the cycles of the past are over with you.
And blessings to every one of you. Every one of you must do something to ensure that the accumulated samskriti does not become a trap but a possibility.